Is that the way it's going to be today? I've had some. Oh, I'm not even going to go into it because I'd have to be talking about family members' medical records. But we had a little stressful incident for about 2 or 3 hours the other day, or just evening and a half ago. But everything's fine now, and all of the other things. It's the oppressive heat has returned and various things like that. But at least, Brian, I'll have you. I'm trying to go for the positive, the happy talk, as you term it. And you've come up with this phrase that you use every once in a while. There's a good thing I can talk about, Brian. The Bundy family is growing and flourishing here on the grounds of Castle Cornette. You know the Bundy family, don't you?
Is this like some kind of role playing you guys do? Like you're Al and Stacy's Peggy and
no.
Her parents are Steve and Marcy.
Why can't you get your mind out of the gutter? And besides, it wouldn't be Steve; it'd be the other one. What was the other one's name?
Was it Jefferson?
Jefferson, but nevertheless,
Ted McGinley. Yeah,
yeah. There you go. Yeah, Ted McGinley. Whatever happened to him? It seemed like he just vanished. Nevertheless, that's the family of deer that live here on the castle and adjacent to and around the area of the castle grounds. They wander and migrate and mitigate around. But Stacy named them Al and Peg and Bud and Kelly because it's the papa deer, the mama deer, the little girl deer and the little boy deer. And the kids are growing. They're almost fence hopping height at this point. It's amazing that they have expanded at the rate they have over the last. Of course, I've got the deer feed down in the bucket under the redbud tree that says it's guaranteed to grow in the flossy coat, whatever the goddamn attributes are of a growing deer. It promotes them.
There's a sign.
What are you saying?
There's a sign you have that says this?
No, it's on the bag of the deer food. That's how I got. Yes, on the bag there.
You made it sound like you had a sign up on the property.
No, well, it's a sign from above that it's going to be growing. No, it's the labeling on the product is what I've been feeding them. And Peg will now, it actually expects it at this point. At almost the same time every evening, she comes up to the back door to get her apple. She loves apples.
Oh, you guys are just dying for ticks. You guys are just begging for Lyme disease. Just please.
Listen, oh, come on now, for heaven's sake. We have a professional fumigator come and spray on a regular basis the perimeter of the house. But nevertheless.
Oh, so you're poisoning them too. It's like some weird torture chamber.
Just the perimeter of the house, not out in the goddamn. What is the matter with you? What we do is we open the back door. And if there will be Peg, and we'll have the apple in our hand, we'll hold it up in the air, and she sees the apple, and then you bowling ball roll it. They don't like things thrown in the air, but if you bowling ball roll it, then we walk out slowly, get about 15 feet away, bowling ball roller the apple, and then turn around and go back, and she walks right up and takes it, and gives us a pawing motion with her front paw.
Oh, yeah.
No, every time you give her the apple, she walks up to the apple, she paws like 2 or 3 times on the ground, like, thank you. And it takes the apple. So I've ordered some little fun outfits and hats for them. And I'm thinking about some kind of traveling act. Little hats on the little deer. It'd be
Do you
lovely.
take the stems out before you roll the apples?
These are just goddamn apples in a bag from the store.
Bagged apples.
Well, what other
Not even the good stuff. You're poisoning them, and then you're giving them like the crap apples.
No, not crab apples. Regular apples they sell in the grocery store for people to eat, not the crab apples.
I said crap apples, not crab apples.
What kind of apple? What are you talking about? Road apples? Crap apples? We call them road apples down here.
Were you a fan of Married with Children?
Yes.
I mean, did you have enough time to even watch it really when you were... It was on mostly when you were working, actually.
Oh, yeah, but then it went into syndication, and then also, you could record the thing because there was Kelly Bundy. So there has to be some enjoyment to life. I wasn't just recording all wrestling. I've got a bunch of I think probably 2 seasons of In Living Color also.
The first 2
And
seasons, I hope.
Well, yes, of course. And all 6 episodes on a beta tape somewhere of Erie, Indiana. Do you remember that?
I used to like it. That was a show my dad told me about that one day. He came home, he read about it in the paper, and he put it on. And I loved it. I actually bought a digital copy to show my kids.
Greatest show in the world, lasted 6 episodes.
6? Well, maybe. Was it more than 6 episodes?
I say 6. Actually, Police Squad lasted 6. Erie, Indiana probably lasted a half a season. They used to
it was a cool
do
show.
half seasons in those days and send the hook out for the shows that didn't get about 15 or 20 million viewers. They said, "Oh, get that shit out of here. They're taking up space."
This may have been more something Stacy would appreciate, but did you ever see Freaks and Geeks?
You have asked me about that before here on the program, and it necessitated someone who may or may not have even been you, I'm not sure, to send us the box set of Freaks and Geeks, which resides on the shelf in our TV room, and I've still never seen it.
You should watch that. You may really like that.
I don't know if I'd like the Geeks, but I'd like the Freaks.
No, the Geeks are the coolest ones, actually.
Are the Geeks better than the Freaks?
The Geeks are, they're not getting any action or anything, but they've kind of got the adventures that you could probably relate to.
I don't know how to take that blind, having not seen the program, so I will assume it's not an insult.
I'm guessing you weren't picked first for like dodgeball, correct?
No, generally I avoided either side of the dodgeball team because at some point you were good. I only threw things at people I was mad at because I had a tendency, even when I was a smaller child, to take things personally quickly.
Like apples to deer.
Yeah, well, no, the animals are a different thing, but people, if you throw something at me and hit me with it, chances are I'm going to chase you at some point and fucking throw it closer range.
I guess the point is,
anyway,
Freaks and Geeks, another great show that lasted 1 season, and it was clearly brilliant when it aired, and whenever it aired was like, who knew? It was like Saturday 1 week, Wednesday 1 week. You couldn't keep up with it, but great show.
And I'm struggling now to remember all of the characters, but you say that there is there's evidence that this show aired now besides my Betacam or Beta TV, Beta tape off TV. You say there's evidence of this. Wait. Is it a professionally produced thing or some kind of bootleg operation?
Wait, what did you say you recorded on Beta? Erie, Indiana?
Yes.
You recorded that on Beta? That aired in, what, 91, 92?
Yeah, well, I had my first Beta
I know that.
In 1983.
But the idea you were still recording on it, I didn't realize, I guess, that Beta blank tapes were readily available still at that point in the early 90s.
Well, then everything was readily available to me because I was ordering my VHS and Beta tapes from... Oh, goddamn, what was the company in New York? I was getting them by the case. They had a case of 10. I was getting them a case at a time for both formats. And see, that was the thing. And I would go mad. I'm glad I was 20-something years old and had all this energy because in integrating into my schedule on the road in wherever I was, especially from 1980, late 85 through the end of my tenure in WCW in 1990, right? So that's a 5-year period. I lived in Charlotte, and I still recorded all of Crockett's television programs that we produced that aired in the Charlotte metro market, which was all of them, as well as the TBS shows, as well as potentially pay-per-views or any other goddamn thing that was going on that I needed to get. And then, as we mentioned before, my friend Norman Dooley would send me the other stuff from around the territory days via the U.S. Postal Service. But Brian, it was more difficult to do that then than it is today because I had, I'm trying to visualize the setup, but I'm going to say between 4 or 5, one or the other, 4 or 5 different home videotape machines in my setup in around my television. And back in those days of cable, it was very basic. Charlotte, North Carolina, you could get like 44 fucking cable channels, right? That was it at that point. But it was possible, instead of going through the fancy Dan DVR box or just the cable boxes they have today, if you had cable service and you went into a goddamn high-end video machine tuner, you could set different channels. And the reason why I had all these different goddamn video machines set up was because when I would leave town on a tour for Crockett or whatever, I would have to set the VCR for the Saturday and Sunday TBS shows. And then we added the one on Friday, the Power Hour that I was hosting, right? But then there were 2 different local stations that aired the Crockett syndicated shows, NWA Worldwide and NWA Pro, or whichever 2, whatever they were called at the specific time. And if it was a pay-per-view weekend, I had to call the local cable company. That's where that line comes from. In those days, you had to call and order it over the phone. And then I had to set a machine for this. So I had, at one point in my setup, 4 or 5 different video machines running to record all these different programs. Have I bored you?
Not at all. I guess my question
that wasn't a full-throated fucking denial, but go ahead.
My question still comes to you recording on beta in the 90s. When did you stop recording on beta? And were you recording anything on VHS?
I stopped recording on beta when I stopped recording. Beta was a better format.
No, I'm not disagreeing with that, but again, I never hear about anyone recording anything in the 90s on beta. I figured that it was, again, you were getting it right from a good source, but I figured it was near impossible to even, I don't remember seeing it in stores.
Oh, no. No, au contraire, mon frere. But no, I could get the tapes all day long up through where I stopped recording. To be honest, once I left WCW, I did not feel the need to follow their programming, right? And then with Smoky Mountain, most everything was on VHS because that was easier to deal with, obviously, with everybody else involved. And I'm getting the master tapes on professional quality tape anyway, so it's not like I need to preserve this shit at home. And because I had the beta machines, and one of them, knock on wood, my pride and joy that I got in 1986 is still fine and functional today. But I would just, if I wanted to record regular programs, I would set them because I still had several video machines set up. And that way it left my VHSs clear if I'm using them to copy something. Don't you see?
It's amazing.
I've got the Rolling Stones pay-per-view concert from when did that? Was it like 19?
Was it 89?
Well, I've got that one, but I think they did another one. Or maybe I'm not thinking of, I have several concerts on pay-per-view that were done from the 80s through the 90s that I did on beta because it's a better video quality. And why not? Because I'm the only one that's going to fucking watch it.